Moses Ali. Many of you saw the way Moses Ali was dragged recently while at a public function. I think because of his dementia, being old and just being tired of living properly, something happened, something struck him. I don't know if it was a stroke or some sort of behavior that got him off his normalcy. And he was dragged like a sack of potatoes, just dragged out of that place where they were in a meeting. Well, Moses Ali's life his health has taken a turn for the worse. But while that is happening, as you might know, Moses Ali served in Idi Amin's government. Moses Ali has been a lot of things since before Museveni. He was in Idi Amin's military. He was once a rebel. When Museveni came to power, Museveni signed him on with a special agreement to work for him. It is no wonder that Moses Ali, up to his deathbed, is still a minister and will still be re-elected by fraud, obviously, but is always going to be in parliament until he's done. But now that he's on life support, Museveni and his family are signing over all of his assets. All of Moses Ali's assets are being signed over to the Museveni family. They are taking from the IGG's office and also from ministries of lands and places like that that register property or real estate or land and things like that. They're transferring that as we speak. And when they're done doing everything of that sort, they will pull the plug on Moses Ali. Unfortunately, that's how Museveni functions. So they're signing everything over at this moment, and when they're done, they'll be done with him. Museveni is now moving on to the next thing. Museveni is very fearful for his life. He feels like he is either going to be taken alive to go and answer questions with the ICC and other international bodies, or he feels like he could be assassinated any time. He's protecting himself and Muhoozi because he doesn't know what's going to hit him from where. Which truly, he doesn't know what's coming. But what's coming is not normal. And he knows damn well because he is that kind of person, okay? Museveni has punished people for anything, whether they've done it or not, whether they've acted on something or not, whether he has proof or not. It is how he feels, that somebody lives or does not. So he feels like he must hide away because what he does to people is coming to him. Okay, so he's worried about that, and that's why one of the videos that has come out has shown him walking by himself, because even when he walks on the streets, they have to block both ways of traffic. Oncoming and ongoing traffic has to be blocked. If not, last night I posted something on my page where it says that Museveni has ordered that no certain vehicles should not be on the road anymore. And that's the purpose, is that because there had been a plan that had been hatched by the youth and people, you know, not people power, just people want change. They hatched a plan whereby if they could, whoever has a large vehicle that can drive them into the streets of Kampala or wherever they are, and just park. Everybody drive and park, drive and park, drive and park. Cause congestion. That could cause a change of government. So that talk has gone around. And so Museveni now knows that that could be something that could happen if hello Francis, if they decided to move on with that plan. The other thing that he's worried about is, if not the military or the people that are Ugandans in the forces, like the military and police, if they decide, he knows that he can't pull it off. Even if he has SFC is not as many as the several Ugandans that are in the military that are, you know, assigned or signed up to the job day in, day out. He feels like, and he knows, in fact, Museveni said something. He said that somebody had said that he shouldn't worry about anything happening to him because he's secure. And that, you know, Ugandans love him and all of that. And Museveni said, no. They don't love me anymore. The thing that Ugandans will celebrate the most in recent times will be my demise. So, in essence, he knows exactly what sentiment we have toward him. He knows that with everything, all efforts underground that are going on, you know, abroad, in the diaspora, KDF and everyone else, all efforts are to squeeze him, and he feels like he has lost. In a meeting where Museveni, Kayihura, Amama Mbabazi, Mugisha Muntu, what's this guy called Ndugu? That gentleman. They sat together and agreed that surely they have lost, the NRM has lost grip on power. It has lost grip. And then Museveni, and then Amama Mbabazi says, you know, what we need to do now is move away from the NRM movement and try to establish a new opposition that works for us. And Museveni said, you know what? I have tried. I have tried with Besigye. I've tried with Amama Mbabazi. I have tried with Mugisha Muntu. I've tried with Mpuga. I've tried with PLU. Do you see how all these opposition have been purposely made by Museveni to keep him in power? Can you imagine the names that he's listing? Including Besigye, who now is pretentious in prison. Besigye is counted among Museveni's projects of creating an opposition to try to move away, to sway hatred away from the NRM. Imagine that. Just imagine that in their meeting where Kayihura, Museveni, Amama Mbabazi, Mugisha Muntu, and Ndugu, Rugunda, sit together and try to come up with ideas. And one of the ideas is to create an opposition party. And then Museveni answers and says, no, I've tried. If we create something new, it will not work. Because all the opposition parties I have created have died a natural death because Ugandans don't fall in love with them. These parties include the party of Mpuga, the one, is it ADF, something like that? Amama Mbabazi, when he came, Mugisha Muntu is a leader of a party, right? Although he voted for Museveni. You know, the likes of Besigye. Besigye has been there all along since opposition days. Besigye has been there. So Besigye has been a design of Museveni all this while.